Hello children, Sai Ram. Children, this is your chapter number 4. Again, this is a theoretical chapter we are going to start. So, chapter name is Insight into Program Execution. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn about the programs and how we can execute those programs. What steps are there to execute a program? Okay, so let's start with today's video. So first, introduction of this chapter. Actually, what we are going to learn in this chapter, we are going to discuss that. See children, I am saying that you and your computer is not able to understand each other. So this statement is correct. Whether this statement is correct or not, no, this statement is not correct, because if I'm saying that me and my friend, we don't have any understanding between each other, so that is suitable to us because we are human being, so we are able to understand each other, we are not able to understand each other. So this statement is not correct for computer because computer is a machine here. Okay, so now let me correct my sentence. Now I will say that computer and me both are using different languages. So this statement is simply correct because I'm speaking English here. Computer is not able to understand English. Computer only understand the machine language. So we can say that this statement makes sense, that computer and me both are speaking different languages. And sorry, computer is not able to speak, me is speaking English language, I am able to understand English, Hindi both, but computer only understand machine language here. So let's see how we can convert our English statements into a machine code, because whenever we want to design a software, we use our language. It can be Python, it can be C, it can be C++, it can be Java. So all languages, Python, C, C++, Java, all are high level languages because in that we use English only. Statements are there in English sentences, few syntaxes are there, few rules are there, few protocols are there. So but the base of these languages are English. So these are high level languages and we need to convert these high level languages into a binary form, into a machine code. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce two words here. One is source code and one is object code. We are going to discuss about these two words in detail in upcoming slides. So let's move forward. What is there in the next slide? The basic flow of compilation. Okay, let's see what is there in this topic. Okay children, now what is the meaning of basic flow of compilation? Basic flow of compilation means number of steps we will go through when our program is going to execute. Okay, so the programmer write programs in a specific programming language code such as Python, C, C++, Java, etc. Okay, so but the computers cannot directly understand what programmer have written, because computer understand totally a different language called machine language. Thus, for a computer to execute your program, it is important that your program code must be converted into a computer understandable code, that is machine code. In this chapter, we shall talk about what happens after you have written your program, what changes your program code undergoes, how it reaches to execution stage. Okay, so when a programmer writes a program in a programming language, children, it is called source code. What is called? It is called source code. So what is source code? Actually, it is a main code written by a programmer in a specific programming language. A source code is written as per some programming language rules, and it is easier for us humans or the programmer to read it, understand it. For a computer to understand a program, it must be converted to a computer language which is called binary code. Okay, so when our high level language is converted into a machine code that is also called a binary code. Okay, so it is converted code that can be executed directly by the computer. So we can say that binary code is a code is in the format of 0 or 1. Okay, so because computer only understand language of binary, that is the combination of 0 and 1 only, so that is called binary code, or we can say that machine code. We can say another word is there, that is called machine language. Okay, so the language of a computer is binary language, the language of ones and zeros. For your program to execute, it must be converted into the binary code. This binary code, also known as machine code or machine language, or we can say that object code. Object code is a suitable statement for a binary code. Okay, now see children, in the previous chapter we have learned about software. Now what is software actually? Children, you know what is software now? Software is actually a set of programs which are made to perform a specific task. So basically we can say that softwares are made up of collection of programs. So what are softwares? Softwares are the collection of programs. Okay, now what are programs? Programs are the set of instructions. Okay, now let's take one example here, example of any game. So when we play game, inside that game software, which type of files are there? Inside that, program files are there, XZE files are there, image files are there. So all these files collect together that represent our game software. So program files are the set of instructions which are designed to achieve a specific task with the help of the computer. So those who are writing programs, are called programmers. Those who are writing program by using any computer language, that person called a programmer. Now what is program? It refers to the set of instructions that are executed by computer to perform a specific task. A person who writes program is known as programmer in a specific programming language. For example, that language can be Python, C, C++, Java, etc. So now let's see about the basic flow of conversion here. So we have started with the concept of basic flow of compilation. So actually our program gets converted when our program gets converted. So in which form our programs get converted? See children, our computer only understand the binary language, and we as a user only understand the English language, or we can say high level language. So we need to convert this high level language into a binary code. So this is called basic flow of compilation. So source code is going to convert into the binary code. After that, execution is there. Now what is source code? It is a main code written by the programmer in a specific programming language. And what is binary code? It is a converted code that can be executed directly by the computer. Children, let's take one example. See, I have one Chinese client with me. He knows only Chinese, I know only English and Hindi. So how we both are able to communicate with each other? So we need a translator. We need a person who knows Chinese as well as English. Okay, so that he can become a translator between us. Okay, so this translator who knows English and Chinese both is necessary to know each and every language? No, it is not necessary. He should know all the languages. Okay, because we want only Chinese and English translator. So it can possible that he knows other languages also, but it is not necessary. Right now our translator knows only English and Chinese only. Okay, so here I want to say one thing, that is like, in the same manner, a translator who is helping us to translate Python based source code to object code will help in all languages also, like we are studying Python. Okay, so in that, translator is there who is converting our source code to the object code, but it is not necessary that the same translator is help us in other language, maybe in C++ or Java. So I am trying to say that with each language, translator also differs. Okay, so now we are going to talk about translator here. What is translator actually? See, translator is the thing which help us in the conversion from source code to binary code. Okay, so that is a translator who transform the source code into the binary code. Okay, now we are having types of translator. So basically we are having two types of translator, interpreter and compiler. So here one more is added, that is assembler. Okay, so let's see what is the role of all these three translator. See, compiler and interpreter both are same. They used to convert high level language into a machine code, but only one difference is there. Compiler read whole program at once, after that show the result. Okay, but interpreter read line, then show the result, then again read another line, show the result, and again read another line, show the result. So if we are having one program which contain 10 lines, so compiler read whole 10 lines together and then give you the output, but translator after reading every single line show the result to you. Okay, so in this way compiler and translator is working. But what is the working of assembler here? Assembler work is to convert assembly language to the low level language. It convert assembly language into the low level language. Okay children, so with this I'm ending this video children. Okay, so we will meet in the next video. We are going to understand about the jobs of compiler and translator. The job of both these translators is to convert source code into machine understandable code that a computer can execute, but many steps are there to convert source code to the object code. Many phases are there. So in the next video we are going to discuss about each and every phase in detail. So till then, take care of yourself, complete your notes. Sai Ram.